Hello, today in my writing process playlist I'm going to talk about my final printing of my packets for pretty much the end of my first draft prep. So if you've been watching this playlist, you've seen the kind of process that I've gone through up until this point. I'm going to be starting my first draft in a few weeks. And it's taken me several months to go through and build my outlines and my backstories and my characters and everything. So now I'm finally at this point where I'm going to start writing. I've done some writing. It's more like flashes of ideas that came to me. It's not the actual grind of churning this out. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how I print many things and the reasons that I print them and what I do with them. This is a key part of the process, I think. So what I've done is I've printed up many of my files, not everything, mind you, but all the important things, and I've divided them into packets. As you can see, I have 4 packets here. And the reason I do this is to keep myself organized and kind of flowing during the process. I live abroad, and so it's not easy for me to have like a filing system, like a filing cabinet, because I move a lot and that's just not part of my life. So in my case, I do it this way. If you have a location that is more predictable, let's say, you could do this in filing cabinets or any other way you want. But I do think it's important to be organized, because when you're writing, the last thing you want to do is get derailed looking for something. Anything that can derail your process is a negative thing in my book. I think it's very important to minimize the distractions and the derailments. Well, in this case, I created a visual binder, and this has my character thumbnails, and I have these in the Scrivener file, but I'm also including printouts, because when I'm in the writing process, I want to keep that typewriter view, I want to keep that up, and so I don't want to have to keep jumping back to the other part of the Scrivener view for the binder and stuff. So if I print this stuff out, then I have, I can just flip through and find the character I need. I just think it's easier to deal with, and I did it for all the major characters. I also printed out all my maps. Again, I think it's better to have it as a hard copy than to, get lost trying to find it in the file and get it out of the composition page. So I have all my maps. My second file are my characters, and as you can see, I printed them out, but I also in marker put their name, mainly to make it easier to find when I'm flipping through things quickly, just so I can spot it easily. But I have the whole character outline and all the background, the appearance, the personality, their Enneagram type, some questions that I asked myself for the major characters. But I also created this file, which is my minor characters. And this is mainly characters that serve some function in the plot, but maybe they're not that fleshed out. Although I did, as you can see here, give some details, but not nearly as in-depth as my major characters. And I have these all in one file, and I can jump back to it anytime I want. The next is my outline, my final outline. And in this one, I also have included my anamnesis outlines that I created. If you watch this playlist, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I kind of feel like these are more like outlines than character studies, so I included them here. And I also included some of the other outlines that I did prior. But All of this is the story content. The final one is just sort of a miscellaneous, and it includes my mystery and uncanny details, which I talked about in one of the first videos of this playlist. But I printed that out so I can look at it easily, remind myself of things that I thought about early on in the process. Same with the noir mystery that I'm going to have. So that's there. I have my historical timeline of the events. I have some brief explanations of some of those events. I also have my protagonist backstory, and then my reading list and film list, which I have been, if you look, you can see I've been kind of crossing off things that I've been watching or reading in preparation for this. And this is not going to stop. I'm going to keep doing this through the whole writing process, just keeping this kind of vibe fresh in my head with new influences, because you never know where an idea might come, and I think it's good to keep doing those things while you're writing. I honestly think that researching and ideation goes on through the whole process, right to the very end. So yeah, I think it's good to keep that in view. The next video is going to be, I'm calling it Scrambling, but it's basically me talking about how I'm getting myself into the right headspace to begin the writing. And then I will probably take a week off while I'm moving, and then I'm going to start the draft December 1st, first draft. And I will keep you abreast of what's happening with that and explain things that I do and stuff in those videos. But that's all I got for today. Take care. Have a good day.